Hello, all. It's Melinda. Today is day 26 of load 218, and I am the featured scrapper today. This load is all about book quotes. And so today's book quote is the important thing to know that you've lived your life to the fullest. You could be a billionaire, and you couldn't pay to do the things we've done. Margaret Moth. And so kind of the thought process is, what is your important thing to know? My thought when I read the prompt was this would be a perfect time to use a quote or a saying. And so I kind of looked through my Pinterest page of my quotes, and I came across this one. To be happy, you must let go of what's gone, be grateful for what remains, and look forward to what comes next. And that instantly made me think of my dear scrappy friend Jackie. And I thought that this would be the perfect time to use the photo that I had on my computer. And I got her permission to do so. And I'm going to use this quote and tuck some journaling in behind. I have these vellum circles that are cut at a 5, a 4.5, a 4, and a 3, or something wrong in there. And I was thinking that I could just use a single layer, but I noticed that you really can see through it. So I like the idea of having a double layer of them. I'm going to sew them together to create texture. And this kind of looks like the world to me, the way it's kind of. Okay, back to it. Sorry. But yeah, this paper is by Jelly Bean Soup. Shades of Color, Flashy Tint is what this one is. When I think of happy, I think of rainbows. And this may not be a rainbow, but it's very colorful and it has rainbow-esque look to it. And I liked it, and I liked how it drew everything into the center. So we're going to use that. I have some high five thickers. They're phrase stickers from American Crafts. I got them in my January hip kit. No, February hip kit, maybe. One of the two. And this word happy, I thought I could use as part of the title. And I pulled some other alpha stickers that I thought I could marker these white if I use them. These are by Gossamer Blue. And this is Allison Craft Happy. Also could be markered over in colored black. And I have these Teresa Collins stickers. I was thinking that if I arrange these circles kind of in a cascading on this side of the photo, I could put the title on the big one and then the other points of it on the other ones. And I'll tuck some journaling in behind. Maybe frame the photo in something, at least white. But other than that, I'm going to stick in fast forward so you can watch the magic happen. First off, I'm going to go sew these, so I'll be back. Now I just sewed around in white and just going to trim off all the edges and strings. I didn't glue them together when I sewed them, so they got a little bit bubbly, but I think it'll all work out. I'm just going to arrange them how I want them, or I think I want them, let's put it that way. I'm going to start to work on the title. And then I'm going to leave the rest of the title because I'm trying to figure it out. I know I want it to say, I just don't know how I want it to look. So then I work on the picture cluster. Now I'm going to use these small tile stickers to have the "you must" underneath the happy. I just thought they were a less important part of the main title, so they could be a smaller tile sticker. Working with these tile stickers can sometimes be very finicky. The idea is to make sure I'm leaving enough space for the words on the circles. So I decide if I'm going to write out the rest of the title or the quote in my handwriting, I need to make sure that it'll fit within these circles. But I'm unsure if that's what I want to do. So I'm going to sort of place them so that I can make this one unit. And I know I want to put some stuff around the photo, so I don't want to stick that just yet, but I know I can't put the title down until I stick the photo down. So we're going to cut the manufacturer's strip off. I had to cut it a couple times because at 12 it left a little white line, so I think it's 11 7/8. Just grab some white cardstock I had, scrap underneath my desk. I'm being lazy and just using my scissors to cut it. Now I've decided to orientate the paper like this, putting the gray in the top corner opposite his shirt in the picture's gray. And I'm trying to figure out what I want to stick around it. And I know I need to bring more black in because of the title. So I grabbed the flare badge that says happy, happy, happy. And I decided to try my green bin scraps to see if I could find a green that I could use around the photo. I'm going to piece this together like Frankenstein. No one's going to really be able to tell when you look at it. So I thought it would work. But I used green because green is basically the opposite corner. I'm not sure if I needed to do this, but I thought it made the most sense to try to spread this color around just a little bit. Because it's a Frankenstein paper, it's got all sorts of corners and edges, so I wanted to make a smooth surface for when I do the hidden journaling. So I'm just going to put some scrap cardstock back there and just trim it so it doesn't show. And I'm going to need a reinforcer, and I decide that I'm going to use orange, since that's the opposite color of where the tag is. That's kind of my line of thinking today. I'm going to, I didn't like the stark white of this, sorry about my head. So I'm going to outline it with a black marker. And I'm going to try to find some jute. I tried the yellow because that's opposite, but it was not the right color yellow. So I'm going to go with the black and white. I thought temporarily of moving it, but I liked it there. I'm going to create my hidden journaling pocket. This is Scott's foam tape. I cut it in half and I run, basically I make a channel for it and then a stopper at the bottom. And another piece of scrap cardstock. So the journaling tag is completely encased. And then that's kind of secured. And I'm going to mount it so I have one piece I can move around. Initially thought I wanted the happy to go a little bit on the photo, but now that it's bumped up like that, I can't. So I'm going to settle with just next to it. Now I'm debating on whether I want those to be black or not. I've thought about it. And I'm going to leave them for this moment. The white doesn't necessarily bother me. I just kept thinking that maybe it needed to be black so that it went together. I sort of thought about putting black around the picture. around the whole layout. And yeah, there. And just black cardstock. But I decided to let it go. I'm going to try to write a line on the vellum to see if I like it. And what I'm finding is that the black marker turns to be a gray color, and I didn't like that. So I'm going to color this in just with a brush marker. Just being careful that I try to get all the little white spaces. And it's dry, but the marker on the wax paper isn't, so I got it on my finger, so I had to be careful. I'm going to start this, and I'm not going to make you watch me put all these out, because this took me about 20 minutes to get all of these together. And because the journaling thing that I seen had 1, 2, 3, like 3 steps, I put the numbers on there, but I didn't like that they blended in with the words, so I went and got the black ones, and I decided to use the black numbers to carry the black on down the page, and it separates them from being part of the title. I decide that I'm going to just use these stickers. I went with the white ones with the red dots so that I didn't have red blobs, I guess, red hearts throughout the page. I just wanted a little touch of red. I'm going to sprinkle with black and white on the background. I just thought that would help me move the black around the page a little bit. And the white, because what the heck. Now I lay this on here, and I'm trying to decide whether I need to do more with the vellum circles. Those weren't sticking down, so I had to get some glue and stick them to the vellum. So I don't make you watch me glue everything down, because I had to glue every single letter down. I'm just going to put my ATG tape on the back of this, and I'm going to put this down. But the vellum circles just don't look cohesive. It kind of looks like a blob to me. So I contemplated drawing like a black circle around them, like with the stitching, but I was a little bit chicken to do that. I even had the pen in my hand. I'm just going to do journaling lines. I'm not going to journal right this moment, but there's the journaling lines. And this is where I'm contemplating. I don't like it. So here's my pen. I have the top off, and I just can't bring myself to draw on them. I'm sure it would have looked fine, but I was chicken. So I punched a black cardstock circle to see if I liked something behind it. Now I don't like black behind it, but that gave me an idea to spread the colors around. I'm going to put a blue that looks similar to the blue at the top under the bottom one, a red one under the top one, a gray one under the small one, and then an orangish color under the center one. And I don't make you watch me cut all these extra circles either. I had to get a bigger piece because that was not going to be big enough. So I'm just going to use my Making Memories circle cutter. The trouble is going to be that all of these are stuck down and stuck together. So I'm going to just peel them up after I pick all the other colors. And here's the last one. It's gray. It doesn't make much of a difference because it's such a light gray, but it stops it from being see-through. Now this does the one thing I wanted, the circles look different. You can tell that there's multiple circles there as opposed to a big blob. Now I'm going to give you some live close-ups. You can see the stitching and the colors behind it. Sorry, my new light, I got to figure out when to turn it off. But thank you for watching. There'll be some still shots at the end. And I hope to be back soon with some more layouts. See you then. Bye.